Today we are going to see some common devices we are going to use in the experiments of electricity. Here are the common devices we are going to use in the experiment of electricity. Now, first of all, let us look at this one. This is a light bulb. This is a switch. Now for these components, there are metal bars on the two sides, and we can put it into the circuit board. The circuit board has some metal rods. There is a hole in the metal bar so that we can fix it in this way. If you want to connect another devices, simply connect them together in this way, and we join the switch and the light bulb together. This is a cell. The several cells can join together to form a battery. Of course, we cannot fix the cell among the metal bar like that. There's no metal plate on the cell. Now instead, we can fix it on a battery holder in this way. Now we have to join from this point to complete the circuit. And we need some electric wires. There are two kinds of electric wires. The first kind has a plug. Now for the plug, it can plug into the hole in the metal bar. This hole is what we call a socket. We simply put the plug into the socket like that, and then put the plug into another socket like that. We join the circuit from this point to this point. Of course, we can also use a clip. A clip is like that. We can clip one end to here, and then another end to here. Now, however, there's no difference between a plug and a clip. They work in the same way. Now, however, clip is easy to lose, and therefore, as long as we can plug into a socket, we will try to use a plug instead of the clip. Next, we are going to see some other components. This is a voltmeter. This is an ammeter. Both voltmeter and ammeter have socket like that. To join an ammeter into the circuit, we have to use the plug. Suppose I want to join the ammeter between here and here. And what should I do? Now I simply plug the wire in this way, and then the ammeter will join between here and here. Now some other components can be joined like that. This is a resistor. Once again, it don't have the metal strip, and therefore, if I want to connect it, I can use the plug. There is a socket here. Plug it in this way. Now I join the resistor from this point to this point. Now next, we are going to see this device. This is a rheostat. It is a variable resistor. Unlike the other devices, a rheostat have 1, 2, 3 sockets. Now in Form 2, we are not going to use this socket. To connect the rheostat, we always connect this one and this one. To make it easier to remember, we always connect the sockets at the two ends, and the middle one we do not use. And therefore, to connect this one, I simply plug one end and the other end is done. Now, you may have questions. How about if I reverse the connection like that? I connect from here to here. Does it make any difference? Now, this is what we call polarity. Now, some devices we have introduced before has polarity, but some does not. If it does not have any polarity, there is no difference in this connection and this connection. And therefore, in experiment, you don't need to take any care about this. Just connect it in any way. Now, however, there are three devices we have seen before with polarity. Now, let's look at them. Which one have polarity? This three have polarity. The cell or battery, the voltmeter, and the ammeter, they all have polarity. If you mix up the two poles, the things does not work. Usually, we have positive pole and negative pole. Now, how to identify positive and negative pole? Most devices have color. The red one is positive, the black one is negative. Similarly, for ammeter, the red one is positive, the black one is negative. How about the cell? Low color. Now for the cell, the one with a pin is positive. The flat side without a pin is negative. Usually, when you join devices with polarity, positive is joined to positive and negative is joined to negative. That means that if I want to join the voltmeter to the cell, I should join it in this way. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Positive to positive, negative to negative, and then the voltmeter will work properly. Of course, there are exceptions, but in all the experiments you are going to do in Form 2, they are joined in this way.